Hello, my name is Matthew Sylvester. Welcome to Practical Taekwondo, back to the roots. The first chamber that we're going to look at is the hip twist Taekwondo chamber, which is also used sometimes with the sine wave. This is for the lower outer forearm block. The hand comes across the body as if I'm trying to catch my ear. My right hand closes and the hands come back to back. As you can see, my body's now twisted so that when I pivot down into the block, my whole body twists and I go down. So from here, if I was in walking stance, it comes across, one, and then down. You can see from the action of my hand that as it comes across, I can use it as a warding or parrying motion. So an incoming attack will be parried by my hand coming up. It then passes the incoming hand to my other hand, and then I'm able to use the block as a strike. So the full motion will be from the side, again, the hand comes up, I come down, and I block. So it's from there, and block. The second way of chambering a block is as if you're doing a karate block, which I know that some Taekwondo styles actually do. The karate block starts off with the left hand coming across to almost a similar position as the Taekwondo block. However, the right hand, or the non-blocking hand, goes down. So in effect, you have a punching action. With the right hand, then the left hand comes down and you go into the block. So if I was in walking stance, I wanted to do a left low block, I'll go and block. Obviously slightly quicker. I'll show it from the side, from here and down. Obviously you can see that it has the same parrying motion as the Taekwondo block. However, there is no trap and catch as with the Taekwondo block. So you're left with two options with blocking. Parry, grab and strike, or parry, or step in, or even slap, and then that applies to the Taekwondo one as well, and counter punch. So if I've got an attack coming directly from the camera, from you, the viewer, I step in and I can block. Obviously I'll be stepping off target and in towards, never stepping away, because then that's just going to open up the distance between me and my attacker. So what I want to do is step forwards and off the travel of the attack. The parry will also help that. So if I fluff either the parry or the step, hopefully the other will back up that. So we've got a bit of redundancy. This hand then comes down. You've automatically got a counter strike there. I could be grabbing, could go for the throat, doesn't matter. Then I'm going to block and put the block in. Is demonstrate the incoming punches and the traps and blocks and traps and counter punches. So we'll start off with the Taekwondo one first. First one we'll do slowly. We face each other. Obviously on the street side of applications we'd be here, we'd be nice and close, or I'd have the fence and I'd already be there waiting for an attack. But what we're going to deal with today is a martial arts defense. By that I mean a standard application you would find for a kata. We're not necessarily doing the street self-defense side of things with this. The benefit of training against a punch in the first place is that the motion for him to grab me, the motion for him to push me, and the motion for him to punch me are all the same. So you've got a unilateral defense for bilateral offense. So if we were doing a street application, for example, and I had the fence up and he went to grab me, I can try to do the pass and trap. Similarly, if we were again facing off and I had the hands up and he wanted to try to do a grab, I'll do the pass and trap. So the hands here on the street, he's either going to swing round with that hand, in which case I'm going to go do an outer forearm block, or he's going to come round with that hand, in which case I could, if I really wanted to, try to defend against a haymaker. Unfortunately, if you defend against a haymaker like this hand's still free and he's got me. The trouble is, with a lot of attacks, that people think you can deal with one attack very quickly. It's been proven that in a street fight, The average untrained person can get out 4 to 6 punches in a second. They're not tidy punches, but they don't have to be. They're going to be flurries. So if he comes in and swings with his right, nothing with that, I've automatically got that one coming in straight away. It's not like he's launching 1 attack, 2 attack. He's going to launch 1, 2. So I've then got to start doing other stuff. Yes, I've got the trap, but I got dinged when I did that. Now I can go into other applications, but obviously you're not going to get the full application. So you can also view this sort of motion as an added benefit or an extra skill needed for your infighting. So we'll deal with the traditional side of things for now. So if Ray goes into walking stance, what he's going to do is he's going to tap me with the right hand. I'm just going to step in, chamber, just like in Taekwondo. We'll do it slowly first of all. So Ray starts to come in, I step through. As you can see, if I just do the step without doing the punch, I'm already off his line of target. If we do it with the parry, I can take his hand off even further. So now I'll step off properly and I'll also do the grab. 1, 2. From here, I'm just going to block. Now, best way to do the block is either to bring it in and do a double action, so you've got the elbow and then a strike, or to just bring the hand open or back fist and back fist into the groin area. Okay? So if we do it quickly, you can get straight in there. Similarly, we now have the karate block, which again is like this. So if we do it slowly again, so it comes in, I chamber and I parry at the same time. As you can see, I'm automatically starting to target his vulnerable areas anyway. If I try to punch too high, I start to block my own attack with his arm. You can see his arms actually punch my shoulder out. So what you want to do, you don't want to go high with this, you want to come in low. So he comes in, and I punch. I can go for the groin, I could make that an open-handed one as he go down. Come back, which is a typical karate movement. But in this case, that case, I'd be grabbing the groin, lifting and pulling and sweeping down whilst moving my foot forward. So if we do it fairly fast, you can see I'm straight in and I've already got a good punch to his stomach. From there, I can then come up and then block. And I will be then going back into Chunbi and doing all the sweeps. And it's exactly the same with the Taekwondo block. He comes in, I grab, parry grab, strike, and then I'm going to go back into Chunbi, coming through here. One thing to note for Taekwondo people who don't sweep is that you won't sweep someone that way easily, because his toes are all pointed in the wrong way. What you want to do is go in the direction of the toes. So he's come in, I've chambered, I've blocked, his toes are now off to that direction. They could be off to that direction, it doesn't really matter which way he lands. If I try to sweep towards me, it's not going to happen, because he's again very rooted. I need a lot of effort. The whole point about this is there's no effort needed. Just kick straight through. Little effort needed, so even a woman or a very light man can use this. And the toes, the sweep is in the direction of the toes. It just makes it very easy to just take it. Even if Ray's posted. Ready post? Mm-hmm. You can still take it with very little effort. I'm not kicking as hard as I am. The motion with this hand, from here I've done the block, is literally what you would do for Chunbi. You're coming back down to there.